Hey everybody, welcome to This Week in Wrestling. I am Scals. Tonight I am joined by my normal co-host, Cam. How's it going?
Hey, what's going on?
And tonight we have a special guest, Phil the Future. What's up, man?
What's Bob and Scales? Good to be here again.
So, you guys pretty much know our normal rundown. So we're gonna start off with Smackdown. What was everybody's thoughts real quick on it? Was it a good show, bad show?
I thought this
Very
was a
good.
great show. Excellent show. I definitely like this show much better than last week. So yeah,
I agree with Cam on this one. This one is really starting to set the tone for what we're going to be getting at in WrestleMania in just 8 more days. I'm getting very excited.
I was gonna say this is WrestleMania season, ain't it? Like this
hmm
one was
Yes,
like
sir.
we are here finally, and oh man, are we? I'm ready for it.
absolutely.
Yep.
So this show started off a little bit different than how they normally do. Normally they have a little promo beforehand. They went right into a match. I was a little taken aback by it.
Yeah, from what I understand, yeah, we went right into a match, which was Cody Rhodes against Ludwig Kaiser of Imperium, which it just felt weird because it's like Cody's facing some random like not saying Kaiser's a rando, but like it just seemed like it just didn't feel like orthodox because Cody's like a main eventer. He thought he would be with somebody about somewhere around the same level, but like it's just Kaiser. But from what I understand, thanks to few people helped me out. Apparently, I guess Ludwig Kaiser was talking smack to Cody on Talking Smack. How ironic! And that was why we got Cody in the in like the very in like the opening match with the great promo thing afterward by Paul Heyman challenging him to go one on one with Solo Sikoa.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like it. Switching up the formula a little bit and going right into a match. Not anything too noteworthy in this match. Obviously, I like the pace that Cody wrestles. He has his own kind of style or whatever, and I
Mm-hmm.
like that about Cody Rhodes and his matches. I think Ludwig Kaiser is very underrated as a wrestler on his own. So I definitely want to see some more things with him. Obviously, him with oh my goodness, what is his name? Da Vinci? Yeah,
Yeah,
and Imperium as a tag
Giovanni
team.
Da Vinci.
Obviously, yeah, right. They just changed their name so much; it's hard to keep up with. But anyways, but him as a part of Imperium is a great addition. So, and I love them as a tag team. Obviously, they're one of my favorite tag teams right now in the SmackDown division. But yeah, I think he's very underrated, and I want to see some more stuff with him. The most noteworthy thing though for me about this match was actually after the match. Well, I'll take it back a little bit because during the match, Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa had came out, and we'll get to what he said, what Cody had said in a promo on Monday night later in the show. But to kind of preview into that, Cody had said something about how Solo is not ready and things like that. Which I mean, I don't know what he's watching, but definitely I think Solo is ready. But of course, Solo took offense to that. So now we are setting up Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa next Monday night. So I'm hyped for that. That's a big match. It's probably one of Solo's biggest matches since being on the main roster. So yeah, that's definitely going to be a good match. Paul Heyman, obviously, he does his thing, and he's a master on the microphone. But Cody Rhodes is no slouch either. He's worked his ass off in selling this feud with him and Roman. So I'm hyped for it. WrestleMania season. We got one more week, ladies and gentlemen, and we will witness Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. I can't wait.
Yep, but here's the question though: like, does on Raw, like I don't know. I mean, as we all know, Solo Sikoa has had this little bit of an undefeated streak going on. Is Cody the one to break Solo Sikoa's undefeated streak, or will it just be like a simple like DQ happen with the Usos?
So Solo has technically lost twice via DQ. One,
Correct.
once was on the
Okay.
But like,
Monday Night Raw, And then the other one was at the house show that I was at, so I still count that, even though that doesn't count in kayfabe. So technically, if they're counting off of how WWE counts, he's only lost one time via DQ, and that was on Monday Night Raw. So I could potentially see a second one coming here.
That's fair. I mean, I could see. I mean, it'll probably end in some massive melee DQ brawl with him in the bloodline. I'm sure of it. So, and then you could probably bet that KO and Sami Zayn will probably get involved to take care of the Usos. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't think it'll be a definitive winner in that match. So something like that.
Well, Roman's supposed to be there on Monday, right?
I believe so.
Yep.
Oh man, it's going down everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's it. 3 hours of Raw. Just battling between Cody, KO, Sammy, and Bloodline. That's it. That's all we need.
Hey, I no arguments here, man.
Right.
I'm sure they could fill 3 hours with it too. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, they could write a whole movie.
But
If they had-
yeah, I mean, what a way to start off SmackDown. You had a Scarlett. You got to be careful what you're saying in the chat. Roman is not an L to the company. Mm-mm. No, no, no.
No. No.
You know, fan the flames. Way too much heat.
No, I don't know about that one.
Hot take.
Oh yeah.
Very much.
Lord Almighty.
But yeah, that was just a great way to start the show. It got the energy up, and it just went on from there. What was the next segment? Because I had to step out for like 15 minutes, so I missed that. Whatever was after this.
I think I didn't. I was kind of, in the midst of the NCAA games. I was kind of flipping back and forth as well. So I'm not quite sure what followed this, but I had turned back, and I think it was Mysterio versus LA Knight. So that was the next match that I saw.
Yeah, I came home. I came home back to that. Oh man.
I think I do know what it is. I just need to just double check. I have the right thing correctly, because I know somebody was keeping. I know I had somebody who was like keeping track of the whole thing. Let's see. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, it was a Charlotte Flair promo. That's right.
Yeah, it was the.
So
yeah, it was
nothing missable. That's okay. Charlotte all of a sudden going heel again, which is very confusing because I thought she was supposed to be the face in this match.
Which is expected.
Right.
So it's just, was she being a face? Was she being like? It's just, I don't know. It's like a Big Show showed up on SmackDown when he's working for AEW.
She wants to be a heel. Like, she just can't help it.
Like they gave her the what chance, and she's like, "Really? You guys are whatting me now? What?"
It's very strange. They did that a lot this week. Like on just about every other promo. Like, I
They've
don't
been
know
doing
why.
it a lot for the last couple weeks. Like, it's just,
No, I don't get it.
I don't know. It's getting overwhelming again with those. We need somebody to come through and just end it.
Very much. Yes, very much so.
But then we went into the Rey Mysterio LA Knight match, which was a better match than I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But LA Knight breaking his losing streak. Let's go.
I don't care that it was because of interference.
Nope.
He
Nope.
needed the win, and I'm so glad because it furthered the storyline and it was perfect. And
Yes.
we all got the moment that we wanted.
Exactly.
Oh,
And
a
you
win
know
is a
what?
win, baby.
Yep. You know what? I'm so happy my merch came in early. I was wearing my LA Knight shirt, hoping for the best, and my boy got the. He got the win. I'll say that much.
I was hoping that we had that moment happen between Dom and Ray tonight, but I was kind of hoping that it would have happened at WrestleMania, because the pop that he would have gotten in that arena in that stadium would have been
Mm-hmm.
massive.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it.
Now I'm kind of surprised because I thought they probably would have stretched this out for another week maybe. But I'm not appalled to it. I'm not disappointed at all. It came at the right moment. You know, Dom gets on the microphone and he starts disrespecting his sister and his mom. So yeah, man, I
Hey.
like it. It was the one thing that they needed for Ray to be pushed over the edge, for him to finally hit Dominic and finally get this match made. So I'm hyped, man. This match is going to be amazing.
Yo, you know what? Honestly, in a way though, I'm not surprised that this was when Ray snapped because hey, nobody talks to their mama like that.
Right.
That's just a fact of life. Well, LA Knight included.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and then Ray really clocked him. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He laid into that.
He went, oh.
like you could tell that was weeks of pent up frustration that he took out on him with just that one shot. And Dominic was just so surprised that he finally hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a lot of pent up ruthless aggression. Wait, no, sorry, wrong guy.
Wrong guy.
I know, I'm like wrong guy.
After that, we had that the showcase contenders match.
Oh yeah, the showcase contenders match between it was Xia Li and Lacey Evans versus Shotzi and Natalya. Okay, this is just me, but it felt so weird for Natalya to ride alongside Shotzi in the TCB tank. That's just me. I'm just like, what? Plus again, you got Lacey Evans on there. It's like, yo, she looked good, but yeah, it's been a minute since we've seen you.
Right. Agreed.
And you know what? They're starting to grow on me a little bit too. And Natalya and Shotzi, like they went, shout out to the Heart Foundation with the heart attack into the sharpshooter. But oh no, like, why did our darkest fears have to come true with Shayna Baszler and lousy Ronda Rousey being automatically added into the match?
So,
like, they didn't have to fight for anything.
Right? Do you know why?
Because I don't know.
Please explain.
Did you see her? Did you see her elbow?
I did.
There's a legitimate injury, but they still want her on the WrestleMania card. So they were like, we'll add you to the match, but take off up until Mania. So her first match back will be at Mania. They didn't want her to take the chance of re-injuring it before WrestleMania.
Mania. That makes sense. I understand it. I get it.
I mean, the other three people have to fight their way in. I get it, but they want them on the card because I think they want them to win it. So.
I mean, personally, I don't care. I mean, I like Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler as a tag team. It keeps Ronda away from the women's title. That's all I care about.
That's all that matters.
Well, it matters.
And I think she'll be better in the tag division too, honestly.
Yeah, she should be.
Because she can come in, she can be like the person almost to get the hot tag, pull off her big moves, and then get the pin.
Right.
And not have to worry about all the other stuff, dilly-dallying, making the match go on longer and everything else.
Right, yeah. I agree with that. I think she meshes well better in the tag team division. Yeah, and like I said, she has Shayna to lean on. I would say for like the mic aspect of it, the promo skill aspect of it. So yeah, she doesn't have to go out there and try to cut some odd promo that we're just scratching our heads at. So
yeah,
hey, it is what it is, man.
Shayna's actually pretty good on the mic, so
yes, she is.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited. Who do you think the fourth team is going to be on this one?
I don't know, man. I have no idea. That's a good question.
You think it'll be Carmella and Green?
Yeah, it probably will be because the way they're setting it up.
I would not be surprised.
I would think so because the way they're setting it up for Raw, it probably will be.
I mean, I love Chelsea Green's character. Like, it's perfect for her.
you think it's perfect with Chelsea Green being WWE's resident Karen?
She fits that perfectly. Like, she is the perfect person to act for that part. I don't think there'd be anybody else that could. I don't think anybody else could pull it off the way she is. That's what I mean by she's the perfect person for it.
You know what? You are right. You are right about that. You're not like it's just for me. I don't know. This is just me speaking on it, but honestly, to me, whenever I think of a Karen involving the WWE, I've always thought of Vicky Guerrero. But then again, that was then.
Yes. You are correct, Phil.
I mean, yes, she is a free agent, so she could come back. But
oh God, you can speak that into existence.
Excuse me.
I mean, if you want me to speak Goldberg to AEW into existence,
no.
Please have mercy. No.
Good Lord.
No.
Oh man,
that was great. All right, so after that, we had the triple threat contract signing for the IC belt, which actually was an okay segment that led to a match.
I mean, how ironic that it ended up going on between Gunther and Butch, or as we all remember them before as Walter and Pete Dunne. Oh my goodness.
I still call him Pete Dunne. I refuse to call him the other name.
He's coming back. I feel it's coming back soon.
Oh yeah, he's definitely. I know that they're definitely.
Yes, we have something to drink, Scarlett. At least I do.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good match. I like Butch, aka Pete Dunne. I think he is a phenomenal wrestler, and I cannot wait for them to go back to that character, because I think he'll just take it up to the next level from there.
You know what? I'll even go on. I'll even mix it up a little bit, and I'll say I'm ready for them to go back to him being the bruiserweight. But you know what, though? If they do that, when they do that, I don't even really want the bruiserweight just for the sake of having the bruiserweight. I want the original bruiserweight. I want a heel Pete Dunne back. That's what I want to see. I think that'd be awesome.
Like when he had the belt in NXT UK?
Yes, that would be awesome.
And he would walk around with the belt hanging out of his mouth?
Yep. He fits the mold perfectly. He would just be ruthless.
I still don't understand how he does that.
I don't either, but hey, he had a great look, and he was a great heel, so.
I love the way that Gunther got into Pierce's face about everything.
Yeah.
Especially after Butch jumped him. He's like, make the match! Make the match!
Yeah. How do you justify this type of match? How do you justify this? Like, literally. Like, he's got this poise. He has this stoicness. Again, like, I know the whole Imperium thing is, this mat is sacred and all that, but like, he literally does have this sense like he is who he says he is. He is a ring general. He treats the art of wrestling like it's been around for millennia, which I mean technically it has been if you look at history, but you know what I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm.
Like he conducts himself with such poise, such
right.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like the regality of it, like come on, like this is not how wrestling works. Like it's not supposed to work where it's one person against one person. It's 1-1, a challenger and a champion.
Phil, we have a heel Scarlet in the chat tonight. I'm not sure I like this.
Oh no! Gunther and L.
That ain't good.
No, absolutely not.
Heel Scarlet is coming out tonight, and this is not a good thing.
Yep. Yeah. What?
But no, I agree. I agree with what Phil's saying though. That's exactly what I like about Gunther as well. I mean, obviously, his in-ring presence and just his brutal matches. But it's all about presentation and the whole the mat is sacred and everything that he represents about how he respects wrestling. I love that, and I just love the way he conducts himself, and he conducts himself like an old school like regal champion. So
Mm-hmm.
That just adds to the to, like I said, to his presentation. So yeah, Gunther he's amazing.
Everybody was
Anything.
so worried about him coming up with that new name. They were so
They made
worried
it
about
work.
it being called Gunther. Like
He's made it work.
Walter. He's Walter. And look what they've done with him.
He's made it work.
He's made it work. They presented him extremely well. He is probably I think he's the longest reigning IC champion in the last decade?
Yeah.
As of the last decade, yeah. I mean, the longest reign so far still goes to Honky.
Yeah, but he's not that far off.
That is true. He isn't that far off. Like, if they book him to where he goes farther than the Honky Tonk Man, I would not be mad at that.
If he wins at WrestleMania, let's see if I can find where it is.
Oh no.
What is Honky Tonk Man's reign?
I think it's 400.
You know what?
I think it's 480 days. 454 days. Sorry. I just found it.
He's not that far off.
No, I'm...
Because he's like at what, 300?
Yeah. Honky Tonk Man holds the longest reign at 454 days.
And Gunther is currently at...
I think he's at 289. Something like that.
287.
287. Yeah.
I thought it was long.
So he's got a little ways to go, but he's not too far up.
I thought he was further along than that. Jesus. This is the longest title reign for the IC belt.
Yeah.
Going back, he passed Mr. Perfect's. Going back to the Honky Tonk Man's reign in 1987. Yeah. So in the last 35 years,
wow,
this is the second longest reign to Honky Tonk Man.
Hey, history maker. What can I tell you?
It just adds that notoriety back to that belt and makes it mean something.
Yep.
And that's what it needed.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Heel Scarlet really is showing up. Charlotte L. Asuka L. Bailey L. Oh my gosh. Asuka's not an L. Damn.
Well, I think everybody's bored with the Asuka and Bianca build. And I think that's part of the issue.
I get that, especially since like with the past few months, like Asuka and Bianca have had the team ups, but honestly, with Asuka coming back at the Rumble as the kind of character though, like she's making it work. She is making this this different side of her work so well that I mean you might as well put the title on Asuka right now. Like, oh my goodness, what she could do with that belt.
They need to get rid of Super Cena, a.k.a. Bianca Cena, because it's ridiculous. We'll talk about that when we get to Monday, though.
Against the wall. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, after this, we had the KO show with KO and Sammy,
and the new KO shirt.
Me and Shadow were talking before the show tonight, and Shadow's like, if they don't come out with one tonight, it's not happening. And I was like, Shadow, relax. There will be a KO Mania shirt. There will be.
Yeah.
And then
not only do we get KO Mania, but we've got WrestleZaynia as well. Let's go.
I mean, whether or not they would have had a shirt tonight or next week, I mean, I still think they were taking the titles, obviously.
Well, yes.
Regardless.
But KO Mania has had a shirt for the last 6 years.
That's true.
So
that is true.
We were afraid that the streak would have been broken. So now we have the 7th one, and it's incorporated WrestleZaynia.
Love it.
Which
Love it. That's genius.
when he
That's
turned that
genius.
shirt around and it said that,
them.
I was like, "Oh my god, it's so good."
Genius.
It's the fact that it's both of them. The fact that it's both of them is that's just beautiful in and of itself. It's
Genius.
better.
Yeah, here's see Sato. Listen, I collect them.
Yep. And then Shadow, yeah, biggest L is Lashley in the Battle Royal. Yeah,
No.
true. But then Scarlett says biggest L is not having Damien in the Battle Royal. Okay, yeah, that's kind of one thing I do agree with Scarlett on here, is that the fact that Damien is not getting. I feel like Damien's not getting the amount of respect that I guess some of us believe he deserves. Because Edge, I mean, Finn Balor has a match against Edge in Hell in a Cell. Rhea Ripley's got her match with Charlotte. You've got Dominic with Ray. Why has Dominic? Why underutilize Damian Priest? No one cares about Priest. Oh, dang. Okay.
See, I'm not worried about Lashley being in the Battle Royale. I'm really not.
Is that even still relevant? Like, that Battle Royale's been dead since its inception.
Well, it's now on SmackDown.
Right?
But I'm not concerned with it because I know Lashley will still be on Mania.
Right.
Like, and that's what people are like, oh, he's now stuck there. He's relegated to that. No. He will be on Mania. Trust me. Whether it's with Bray Wyatt or somebody else, he's going to be on Mania.
I mean, I've been hearing
they
that...
won't have it advertised where they started talking about it and then just relegate him to that. I don't think so.
I mean, I have heard that for Bobby that they might put LA Knight in that position.
Correct.
I don't know.
That's the other thing. And they're both in the Battle Royale. So that could be the place where it happens, where it sets it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you know, funny enough on the Bobby thing though, I read up on an article that literally like yesterday, and it was talking about, and this was about. I know this is going to seem like a bit of a left turn, but hear me out. So, Brian Cage, the Machine, Brian Cage, knowing that Bobby did not knowing right now that Bobby Lashley does not have an opponent, although it could be LA Knight. And also knowing that Supercard of Honor is coming up, I think either tonight or tomorrow night. Brian Cage went out on Twitter saying, "Hey, Brian Cage versus Lashley 3 at Mania to open the most forbidden of doors would be a great idea. Because here's the thing: I'm undefeated against Lashley. I've beat him twice. We're the best. We have the best looking. We have the best looking bodies in both of our companies. And basically, he's gonna be around the Hollywood area when he's done with Supercard of Honor. So it's like, why not do Brian Cage versus Lashley 3 at WrestleMania? It was a big tease, but I'm like, you know what? If they did that, that would be a huge money draw for people who do watch Impact, though.
Is Brian Cage a free agent?
I do not believe so, because Brian Cage right now is one part of the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions right now with the Gates of Agony.
Oh, that is true. That Supercard of Honor is on March 31st at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So on the Friday.
WrestleMania week is stacked.
Yeah.
Yep. They got I mean, there are big matches on that. The Ring of Honor Reach for the Sky tag team ladder match, which I know already includes the Lucha Brothers. You have Eddie Kingston versus Claudio Castagnoli for the world title, and a lot of other ones that I guess are supposed to be coming up. I'm very excited. I think they even have El Hijo de Vikingo versus Commander for the AAA Mega title.
They do. Jamie just said in the chat that he is a free agent, but he's working till Supercard. So
right.
So if they wrestle and they lose the belts, then That could be a sign.
Matt, you're correct. Vikingo was a W in Dynamite, but we'll get to that later.
So overall rating for SmackDown, so we can move on because we spent about a half hour on this show tonight.
Yes. I'm gonna give SmackDown a 7.2 out of 10. It was a great show.
Yeah, I was invested in the show. I loved every moment. The build between Ray and Dominic, the new steps that they took in KO and Sammy versus the Usos. I'm gonna give SmackDown an 8.
I'm going to give SmackDown an 8 out of 10 as well. Very, very impressed.
All right, so let's move over to AEW Dynamite. Who wants to start off on this one?
I can start off with this one. So we have Dynamite. Again, I think they knocked us out of the park. I love Dynamite. Interesting. So they started off Dynamite in a very intriguing way. We started off and we saw an ambulance pulling away Matt and Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks, and apparently they were attacked. And they didn't say who they were attacked by because they didn't know who they were attacked by. They were attacked by some mystery people, of course, and we'll get to that later in the review of who they were attacked by. But I thought that was a very intriguing way to start off Dynamite. I like that. I like they're continuing the story. Of course, you had one Hangman Page and Kenny Omega by their sides, obviously when they were being pulled away by the ambulances. So again, we have the elite. They have the elite in full force again, I would assume, with Hangman Page rejoining them. So, Phil, what did you think about this?
Oh, okay. So, I was very interested. I was very interested in this card for. I was very interested in this card to begin with because when I saw that the main event was going to be Kenny Omega versus the AAA Mega Champion El Hijo del Vikingo, since I've actually taken the time to watch some of his matches. I'm like, I need to watch this Dynamite. Like this, I know this was supposed to happen earlier in 2021, but again, because Kenny Omega was dealing with injuries at the time, and it was still sort of pandemic era, like scary. The first, like at that said time, it got pushed back. But but I think overall, I actually really enjoyed this because that main event was so worth it. They put on a wrestling clinic. Like people say what they do about Kenny Omega, whatever. You can't tell me that the stuff that El Hijo del Vikingo does is not really considered wrestling, because his style of lucha libre is absolutely insane. I've never seen this out of any other wrestler I've seen. And please like for example, when was the last time you saw somebody literally do a springboard 630 senton to somebody and go through a table?
Never.
God damn.
Almost kill him,
right?
and almost kill himself while doing it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like, God
His
damn.
his head was so close to that ring apron.
It was.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, seeing that.
When they show the replay of it if you watch the replay of it, it just, I cringe every time he does it, because I'm afraid now this time he's going to hit it, even though I know he won't. It's that close.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Going into that match, I didn't know. I had never even heard of Vikingo. I didn't know. So during that match, it was literally my first time ever seeing him wrestle. So seeing him wrestle, wow, like that was a main event. Like, say whatever you want about AEW, and say whatever you want about how they run some of the episodes of Dynamite. Say whatever you want, but they know how to put on a hell of a main event. And once again, they delivered with Kenny Omega versus Vikingo. And I mean, everything about this match was just all over the place. I mean, you had him doing things I've never seen ever. At one point, he hit I guess what they called an implosion Hurricane Rana out of the corner. I mean that was
Yep,
incredible. The
that was
630 that Phil just mentioned through the table was insane. It was all over the place. I'm now invested. I am a fan of Vinkingo. I need to go watch AAA. I need to go see this dude wrestle some more because that's incredible. The whole match had me on the edge of my seat. That was amazing.
exactly like, oh my goodness.
So, as Shadow has mentioned, we off the top will have a representative at Forbidden Door 2 this year.
Yes, sir. I saw that Shadow got tickets. I'm super stoked. Funny enough, he told me that was the first time he's going to like an AEW thing, like in general. Funny enough, when I went to Forbidden Door 1 when it was in Chicago, it was my first time doing an AEW thing ever also. I'm happy he's getting this opportunity.
Wild. That's
Yeah.
wild.
He wasn't even planning on going. Like he looked for tickets, saw that it was, and then it's like, it's too much. And then all of a sudden,
Boom.
Shadow's going.
Nice.
That's great. I mean,
I like it.
I don't know, like, I don't know who they're really. I don't know how they're gonna build this card up. But again, I'm invested in it. Like, I don't know if we're gonna exactly do a champion versus champion thing where we might get Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes Moné. I mean, that'd be cool, but
Oh my God!
So
please.
the whole thing with Mercedes is, from what I just read today, she's only signed with New Japan until April 15th. It's a very short term deal. So I don't know what's going to happen with that.
okay, if she's only in it till April, then oh man, who's picking up the title? Oh man, who will be
Right,
the next?
or is it going to be based on a deal on a
Handshake deal?
match by match basis type deal?
Right.
I don't know.
So I don't know. I don't care. I just want to see her wrestle. Like, I'm a huge fan of Mercedes. You know this already, so I don't care what she does.
Yeah.
Just as long as she's on my screen, that's all I care.
I mean, to be honest, like me personally, I wanted to see it where if we did get this, it would be Jamie Hayter versus Kyrie, because I'm a little bit more of a Kyrie Sane fan personally. Nothing against Mercedes whatsoever. I'm just a bit more of a Kyrie fan, but I would have loved to see that too. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, Kyrie, Mercedes, either one of them against either Britt Baker or Jamie Hayter would be amazing.
Absolutely.
Yep. Agree.
Was it Okada? I mean, oh yeah, yeah.
The other thing I wanted to touch on about Dynamite, you had the Guns and Top Flight in a tag team title match, which was a great match. You had the Kingdom come out and attack Top Flight. They might be starting a program with Top Flight and the Kingdom. But then after the match, of course, you have my favorite tag team in the world, FTR, come out, and they put in the stipulation, because they're still trying to get that match with the Guns for the tag team titles. And you had Dax make the stipulation of, if they lose, they leave AEW. Now, this kind of made me scratch my head, because I assumed when they came back at the pay-per-view of Revolution that we were obviously going to see them beat the Guns and become the new AEW Tag Team Champions. Now, with this stipulation, Dax said on his podcast, nothing has changed with their deal. Their deal is up in about a month, in April, less than a month now. So their deal is still coming up. They have not re-signed to AEW. So my thing is, with them adding a stipulation, I believe that they're not going to beat the Guns, and then they'll be free agents. So I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we see them come back to WWE. Maybe we see them back at WWE Mania. Maybe not. Maybe that's a stretch.
So,
maybe the Raw after Mania. I don't know.
When is this match taking place? Because that's the real question.
That I don't know. I don't know that they haven't made it official yet. But they've talked. So that I don't know.
If it takes place on Dynamite next week,
mm-hmm.
then what you just mentioned is a very strong possibility. if it doesn't, then we just have to wait. Like,
Right.
unfortunately, I would love for it to happen next week, and then we potentially see them come out at Mania or on the Raw after Mania. Like, I just to have their music hit again.
That crowd's gonna go ballistic.
Sure, yeah.
Ballistic.
Yeah, that place would go nuts.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting though. Like, I mean, obviously, because like they were in there as they obviously were in there as the Revival. Like, I don't know if they were to come to WWE, if they were gonna play the classic FTR music, but if they did return to WWE, they come out with that old Revival song where it just came out like, I'm like, oh shoot, business.
I kind of feel like they need to just combine the best of both worlds. You know, still have, if possible, have retain the FTR name, but then come out to the Revival theme song. I think that's like the best of both.
I think
that would be the best.
I think that actually would probably work.
Yeah.
I mean, they got the name FTR back when they were still in WWE, because AEW was like, you know, the Revival. Well, F the Revival, and they're like, you know what? Let's make that a thing. And they went with, and then wherever they went, they always had the hashtag FTR, which obviously for F the Revival. And then when they came into the business, they literally came in as FTR, like, yo.
Yep. So I think that would be the move. Either way, it's going to be amazing. I love that tag team. Always have since their NXT days. So, yeah, interesting things, man. Leading into, WrestleMania and the end of their contract. There's a lot of moving parts right now.
We didn't talk about what happened after the main event, though.
After the main event? Oh, of Dynamite?
Yeah.
Ooh.
What happened?
When they were all beating up on Kenny Omega, the whole Blackpool Combat Club came out and started attacking him.
Oh yeah, and then
you had Hangman and Page come back with the ambulance, come back out, and then comes out to save him. And Don Callis makes it look like he actually hit him.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And planted those seeds of doubt now in Kenny Omega.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he did an Eddie Guerrero.
Yep.
I watched 15 minutes of Dynamite, and you guys forget that part.
I completely forgot about that part.
I completely blanked out on that. I didn't realize that. Like, I forgot about that. I'm like, oh shoot! Like, yeah, that did happen. Like,
I mean, to be completely honest, I mean, with everything going on this week with wrestling and NCAA, I literally watched every bit of wrestling program like a few hours ago. So, yeah, I just forgot about that part.
I mean, that is fair. We had the NCAA, which has been craziness all week.
Absolutely insane.
I think all the number one seeds are out, right?
I think so, yeah. Because Alabama just lost today. So.
Right. And then Kansas lost, and then you had the number one seed lose on the first night, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know I heard about Houston.
Yeah, Houston lost tonight, too.
Yeah.
Insane.
So they're all gone.
Insane. But anything else to mention from AW Dynamite?
I think that's about it. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there are really a lot of matches that were quite as big as, of course, Vikingo and Kenny, because you had Jon Moxley versus the new returnee to the Dark Order, Stu Grayson. But then again, it's Stu Grayson. I don't know what value he really brings. Tony Storm. Was it? I think it was Tony Storm. Yeah, Tony Storm's Sky Blue. Because Outcast went. Because Tony won. Then Outcast about to do the whole spray paint the L kind of like NWO. But the next thing you know, Riho will come out of nowhere. Then the beginning match was a 6-man tag with Orange Cassidy, Darby, and Sting going against Kip Sabian, the Butcher, and the Blade.
Has Sting lost a match yet?
No.
I don't think he has.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so when he retires, they better have Darby Allin beat him.
Ooh. Wow.
That should be his one and only loss in AEW.
I can
Yeah.
see it. I can see it.
And I mean, I will say this though: Orange Cassidy, for a guy who doesn't wear face paint, his choice of face paint was so ideal that night. He came out with the O
Oh,
on one cheek,
and
the
C
C on the
other.
other one.
Yep.
Let's go!
That's hilarious.
And Kip Sabian, again, being a awesome evil genius, I thought his hair was supposed to be like silver or whatever. Now it's like freaking purple. My guy, chill.
But overall, rating for AEW.
I'll give Dynamite a 8 out of 10. It's a pretty good show.
Phil?
I would also give it an 8 out of 10. Again, very, very, it started off great with the intrigue of with the attack on the Young Bucks, and it ended so well with specifically with the main event of Omega and Vikingo. So yeah, absolute 8 out of 10 for me. Beautiful.
I would give it a 7.25 out of 10.
Okay.
Then we have NXT.
Oh boy, yep. Setting up for Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, I mean, everything they did on this show seemed to just take that one extra step towards that show. And, I mean, I'm getting hyped for it. I'm excited. That weekend is going to be crazy. Crazy.
Absolutely, yes.
For real.
So, I mean, they had you had the match between Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes versus Pretty Deadly,
Mhm.
which
You know what?
was not half bad.
Yeah.
It gets me more interested in actually the title match, so I'm all for that.
For real.
What do we think about the North American title match that's coming up with this?
That's going to be
Oh,
phenomenal. That's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
We got
Especially-
the debut of Dragon Lee being added to that match, so I'm curious to see what he's doing.
Lee.
So now again, a guy I've heard of, not too familiar with. I've never seen him wrestle before, so I'm really curious to see what he does in that match. So that's very interesting.
Yeah, Dragon. I mean, I have seen a few matches out of Dragon Lee. I saw him last year in Triple Mania when it was a four-way tag match for the I believe #1 contenders to the AAA tag titles, which were currently held by FTR at the time, when he and his brother Dralistico beat out 3 other teams. There was that. And then I remember he was in like one of the very back when the World Trios titles were introduced in AEW. It was he was joining Andrade and Rush as part of La Facción Ingobernables in AEW against, I believe it was either the Blackpool Combat Club or the Elite. Either way, I know they lost because I remember basically Rush and Andrade just turned on Dragon Lee, like ripping his mask and like all that stuff. But Dragon Lee is actually the blood related brother to Rush El Toro Blanco, and getting to see a little bit of his stuff in AAA, and also like Ring of Honor stuff like that. Like it's cool. It has me convinced that he's going to probably do some great things in NXT, and I think his debut match being at Stand and Deliver is just going to really kickstart his career. The only problem I have with the Fatal 5-Way match is that McDonough and Dragunov were the only reason that JD McDonough and Ilya Dragunov are even brought into this match were because they could not keep it in the ring. They had it on the outside for a little bit, close to Dragon Lee. I'm like, whoa, guys, careful, don't run into Dragon. And then, of course, they run into Dragon, and what happens? Dragon's like, oh, I gotta fight you now. I'm gonna fight. Yeah, and they fight. causes a DQ, and then Wes out of nowhere. I'm like, what?
Right. Yeah. No. It's going to be an interesting match. Like I said, I was more a fan of when JD was, called Jordan Devlin. So it took me a while to really, to really, to really, get used to him being called JD McDonough. But no, I love his character now. I think he's amazing. So I think he would be probably my odds-on favorite to win this match and become champion. So him and Dragunov had a match on NXT as well, and I thought they had a pretty good match. Of course, like Phil said, it ended in a melee. So yeah, I think that's going to be a phenomenal match. That probably is going to be the match of the night for Stand and Deliver. So those 5 people in the ring together, it's going to be a banger.
Oh wait, that's actually only 4 because I believe
The 5th
because like there's one more spot,
right?
And I believe
it'll be decided
at Axiom.
It'll be decided on next week's NXT, which actually was already recorded.
Okay.
Oh.
So if you want to find out, the spoilers are out there.
No, I don't. No.
I mean, like
I'm
all
just
I
saying.
know is that Axiom. All I know is that Axiom wants that spot really bad, and I'm hoping it goes to Axiom.
Okay, never mind. I already know who it is. I already saw it. Never mind.
So you did read it already.
Yeah, I did.
NXT Power Ranger.
Never mind.
That's who Axiom is. He's a Power Ranger.
He is.
He does. Yeah, he looks like one. I can agree with that.
He's my second favorite to win this match. Then.
Yeah.
These women qualifying matches are pretty interesting because they still don't know what's going on with Roxanne, or they quote unquote don't know what's going on with her.
Yeah, they quote unquote still don't know, but like I've heard that they've actually like cleared her to do it, and I mean like what is it? We've got Zoe. I know we still have Zoe Stark. We still have Gigi Dolan. I'm forgetting. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh! No, not the Beefcake Barbie. Good God.
You know, like Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton's amazing.
And Lyra Valkyrie.
Her gimmick is not great. Her gimmick's not great. Her gimmick's not great. I'll give you that. But her in the ring, for a rookie, she hasn't been wrestling very long.
In ring, she's not too bad. In ring, I will say, yeah, she's not too bad. That moonsault she does is almost perfect.
It's beautiful. It's a thing of beauty right there.
And of course, yeah, you got Lyra Valkyria in there. I'm very happy for that. Like, I think she could be a big breakout. I think she could be a breakout star.
I do too.
Yeah, they have a bunch in the women. I was gonna say they have a bunch in the women's division that could be breakout stars this year. You have Sol Ruka.
Oh yeah.
So it's like the women's division is getting replenished with these people. So WWE is not gonna miss Mercedes and Trinity as much as people think they will.
Yeah.
I think that was it in regards to anything good that happened on this pay-per-view, on this show.
There was a match added as far as NXT because we have Chase University in obviously Andre Chase, Duke Hudson, Thea Hale, and their resident Zen teacher in Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate going against everyone from Schism. Joe Gacy, Jagger Reed, Rip Fowler, and Ava Raine. Ooh boy. You know what? That had me thinking. This is the first time we might get to see Ava Raine in-ring competition.
Yep.
That has me excited.
I think Duke Hudson turns on Chase at the pay-per-view.
Yep, I think it's coming.
It's about time.
Either that or Thea does and surprises everybody.
Whoa.
That would be a surprise. And that is a teachable moment.
Just because she was the one that was kidnapped, and it could have been a ploy the entire time.
Yeah.
You're right. Wow, I forgot about that.
That would be a swerve. That would be a very big swerve.
And then they had the announcement of the triple threat tag team match at Stand and Deliver with Gallus defending against the Creeds and Tony D'Angelo and Stax.
Ooh, yeah, yep, Gallus, the Creeds, and the D'Angelo family.
So, what's your overall rating from NXT from this week?
I'll give it a 5.3 out of 10 for NXT. It was an okay show. I'm hoping they can pick it up with some of the intensity and some of the excitement, since obviously next week will be their go home show to Stand and Deliver. So it was an okay show. It wasn't one of their best. So 5.3.
Phil?
Again, wasn't really anything crazy or really something over the top. But still a serviceable show. I will give it about a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that. 6 out of 10. All right, and that brings us to Monday Night Raw from this week.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Cam sounds excited. You want to start this one?
Yes, I do.
Oh boy.
Man. Well, okay. For one, I sound so excited because I am so excited to talk about this Monday Night Raw. This was the first Monday Night Raw I yeah, one of the first Monday Night Raws that I actually watched from start to finish. But I haven't really been watching Raw a whole lot within like the last month or so. But anyways, this was the first Raw I really watched from start to finish, and it was really good. Like, I was impressed. This was a phenomenal Raw. This was probably, next to Dynamite, this was probably one of the best shows of the week this week. So yeah, it was phenomenal, man, just from start to finish. Of course, you had KO and Sami Zayn come out, and they started the show, and just seeing them side by side, seeing them coming out together, just feels right. Like, everything, like the puzzle pieces to this Bloodline era storyline, whatever you want to call it, it just feels like those two puzzle pieces together just feels right. So them together as a tag team, them together as brothers, just feels amazing. So I love it. And when the Usos came out and they started their promo or whatever, and the Usos were talking about how nothing's gonna happen at Mania. I don't know why y'all are staring at WrestleMania sign. You're not getting the title match. Absolutely not. But then, when you have KO, I think before that, had said that, he wants, the match at Mania with the Usos and him and Sami Zayn. I don't know about anybody else, but I literally got chills just hearing him say that, because we've paid attention to how good, and I mean, like, how good the acting has been, how good they played up this storyline. I mean, this is like Academy Award winning like performances with all parties involved. But I think what we are not so much forgetting about, but maybe not thinking about as much, these 4 people in the ring at WrestleMania is going to be a crazy this might be the match of the night for either night 1 or night 2. It might be the best night. It might be the best WrestleMania match on either night.
All I have to say is this better be the main event on night 1.
Absolutely, it has to be. It has to be. You don't build this up as much as you have and just have it be some random mid card match. No. That's not how you end this. So, hey, like I said, I gotta clap it up. Bravo to WWE for the way they've played this out. It's amazing. I'm literally sweating right now talking about this. It's going to be amazing.
I will say though, one segment I was really interested in was the Seth Rollins Logan Paul interaction.
Yes. Loved it.
I said this on our show last week. I'm going to say it again. I can't be the only one that is loving Logan Paul in WWE.
Yes, absolutely.
I love Logan Paul in WWE.
He was built for this business.
Yes, sir.
Like,
100%.
He puts in the time, he puts in the effort, and like, it's just so almost effortless for him on the mic itself. Like, he just knows how to get that reaction from the crowd, and
Which
you don't
which
teach
shock-
that. You can't teach that.
You don't. You can't.
And you can't
teach that.
teach that. All the Pro Rules guys in the room, how you doing?
I really want him to come back.
I know, but Real One is
I do
coming
too.
up from MLW.
But just the way that
yeah.
he is, it's so perfect, and he's so good in the ring too. And people just don't understand how. It's because he puts the work in and he respects
Right.
the business. It's the same with
Right.
Bad Bunny. Like, I'm
Mhm.
excited for Bad
Mhm.
Bunny to come back for Backlash because I'm curious if he's actually going to be in the ring or not.
I mean, he's hosting both SmackDown and Backlash in San Juan, Puerto Rico. So I
Right.
mean,
So that makes me think he's gonna be wrestling at one of them.
Right.
Yep. But I will say though, the one thing that like, kind of just going back to the Logan Paul, like I thought it was cool too how the thing ended in a melee, and then the way that they ended it to me was just absolutely wild. The fact that
Mhm.
Seth Rollins climbed up to the top of the pole, tried to literally do the same type of frog splash that Logan does onto the announce table, completely whiffs and takes out 2 security guards, only for Logan to hit him with that OLP, that one lucky punch. And he gets knocked out again.
He's so good.
This is going to be.
He's so good at selling it. So good.
Again,
This is
it's
going
like,
to be. This is going to be one of those matches that you have to keep your eye on because we already know how good Seth Rollins is. We already know how good Logan Paul is. Putting them two in the ring together for a Mania match, it's going to be a banger. I already know. And I even put in my notes too, like, Logan right now he's a juggernaut. I think he's unstoppable. Like now, because I mean, I didn't even know he had mic skills like that. Like he seems so natural. Like I've seen celebrities who come into the business or come into WWE or whatever, and they have their matches or whatever, and they look so like almost like deer in headlights on the
Right.
mic. Like they
They
don't
look
know what
lost.
they're doing. But for him, it was just like, oh man, this is easy. Like it's just second nature. So I'm like, what can't this dude do? Like now you're adding mic skills on top of his incredible ring work ethic. Like he's untouchable.
hey,
Like,
people. Hey,
He's a-
people.
he's untouchable. So I love him. I have no problems with Logan Paul.
Yeah, I enjoy him wrestling. I enjoy his mic skills, and it's just so good. Like, I can't wait to see what he does next.
Absolutely.
Could we see Logan in the title pictures in the near future?
I mean, he already had a title shot,
like to.
Oh, that's true.
and he put a phenomenal match on.
Mhm.
And people thought he got injured.
Right. Yeah. He did have the Universal title shot, but like, do we see him going after like a mid card title, like United States, Intercontinental?
I would like to.
Right.
Honestly. Oh, I really would.
Speaking of United States, what about that match between Theory and Ford?
Banger. Banger.
Great. It was a great match.
Whopper.
I'm a Montez guy, and I will always be a Montez guy. But good one though.
Facts.
Ford needs a singles run right now
Yes.
with a title
Yes,
around his waist.
He comes out. He comes out. He controls the crowd's energy. Like when his entrance, and he hypes them up like it's a house party or something. Like he has that energy. He has that connection with the audience, which is very important. So he's already massively over. And then you even look at like his physique, because he started off kind of like, he was a smaller kind of guy, but he's beefed up a lot. So it almost, if you ask me, it was like he kind of beefed up a little bit, because it's almost like they're priming him. He's priming himself for a singles run. So, hey, I would get on that. As much as the Street Profits work so well together and they're a key element to the tag team division, Montez Ford right now is a superstar. I don't care what anybody says.
I don't think they would separate the two. I think they're just going to have them be singles. Like, I don't think they're going to do something to break them up, though. Almost like how Kofi did with the New Day. Type thing.
Okay. I can see.
Yeah.
Because they definitely need them still in the tag division.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And Cam, to go off of something that you said that Montez he literally commands the crowd. I agree. I agree with that 100%. Like, Montez just has this natural charisma that comes to him that rivals second to nobody. Like he's able to give you these little moments that you don't see from anybody else. Like this one always gets me. It was like Dominic was just back from the ring. Next thing you know, you see Montez sneaking up behind him. You literally hear his shoes squeaking, and then just does a and you're like, oh, what the like what the hell? Like, you can't teach that. No Enzo and Cass meant no pun intended. You literally cannot teach that type of talent. Like, why do they the fact they're only seeing this now? Come on, man.
I think they've been seeing it for a long time. They're too afraid to pull the trigger.
Yeah,
they are.
I think with them starting to build up the tag team division a little bit better now, it's giving them a chance to actually do it.
Agreed.
I say they get drafted apart.
That could be the way to do it. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what happened with New Day.
Yeah.
Right.
Big E got drafted away from Kofi and Woods, and then boom, he became a two-time Intercontinental Champion and became WWE Champion on that.
Speaking of the draft, have we heard anything about it yet?
No.
We're still knowing that it's after Mania. As far as
I'm just spitballing here. I'm saying I've heard about it.
Yeah,
like rumors, I guess, but there's nothing been set in stone. So I don't know if there's going to be a draft or not. I have no idea.
The whole rumors was that it was supposed to be after Mania.
Right. So who knows? You got me. Plans could have changed. I have no idea.
Huh. Interesting.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll have to see. Yeah, what else do we have?
We had an Edge promo that I'd like to touch on.
Oh my god.
Oh yes. Bring your demon to the devil.
Edge had this dark floating head like promo, but it was absolutely phenomenal. It almost makes me get emotional about talking about it because this is going to be Edge's last WrestleMania because he's retiring in August. So it's going to make me miss him. He is obviously, I would say he's probably top 3, top 5 in my personal a list of favorite mic skills people because he can just cut a promo like nobody's business. A couple of quotes that he had in this promo that I really, really liked. He's talking about Finn Balor, and he's like, you have no idea what it is like to be inside the cell. You don't know what it's like when that steel cage door closes. He said that he had been baptized by the dead man himself. I like that. Yes. I like that callback to The Undertaker and that classic Hell in a Cell match that they had way back in the day. Like that. He called the cell his cathedral of pain. It's his friend. It's his rock. It's what he knows, and I love that. And of course, he ends it with, "Leave Finn at home. Bring your demon." I like that. This is going to be one hell of a match. No pun intended. Yes, I can't wait for this match at Mania.
Do we see the demon come back in black and purple?
I would think so because it just fits the Judgment Day colors. You know?
So I
Right.
think we're gonna see
Like, this is-
Demon versus Brood Edge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a demon and a vampire.
Yeah,
I mean,
Halloween's come early.
it's gonna be awesome. That's all that matters.
Yeah, this will literally be the demons. Like I hate to kind of like take something from Dragon Ball, but like this is the demon's final form.
Facts.
You had a whole
I like
theory to this, to the devil thing, Shadow? Hop on the call. Tell us it. You know where to find us.
You know he has his theories, man. Like,
I know he does. That's why I'm saying if he wants to tell it, just hop on the call. You know where to find us.
right.
But, I mean, that promo was just so good. Just the way that they did it, the way Edge spoke, it really got me excited for this match. It's like, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for this demon to come back. I'm ready for Edge to do this, because I know we don't have much time left with Edge in the wrestling ring.
Right.
And it's like, I just want everything to be so good.
Perfect. Perfect.
It's gonna be such a sad thing when it does happen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I know we need to enjoy
You know what-
I know we need to enjoy the next 5 months. That's all I gotta say.
Right. As much as possible.
For real.
And I'm just
Welcome,
happy he's
Shadow.
able to go out on his terms.
Right.
He's not 100% retiring it on.
It's
Uh,
pretty damn close though. So we gotta start acting like it is. So this way, when it does happen,
I'm gonna be there.
We'll be
If it doesn't
prepared.
happen, I'm yelling at all of you.
No, but you gotta be prepared
Right.
just in case. Because if you're not prepared for it and it happens, that's even gonna make it even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I'll go into this theory. I have another theory as well, but that's for this later this week on Off the Top Mania Madness. This theory is so we have Edge cutting a nasty, absolutely nasty. Bray has been pulled out of the Lashley match, right? Right. So when he says bring your demon because I want to meet the devil, what if Edge is not talking about himself?
Oh.
Keep in mind, who is the Fiend's first opponent?
Finn Balor.
And Val.
Mm-hmm. And what is the matchup that everybody wanted to see?
Demon versus Fiend.
Hmm. Now, keep in mind, I'm really obviously sure it's Edge being Edge. Not worried about that. Like that's what it probably is. But dismiss reality for a second. And Edge introduces Bray as the devil.
Wow.
I don't know if I like that or not, but
I mean, you don't have to like it. I don't have to like it either. But it's a very demonic character. It goes darker than Edge as it can ever get.
true.
Hey, like I said, it's a theory.
What if he does
Again,
that
no.
after the match?
Again,
It could be.
all Edge had to do is just listen to him. Let me in.
Hey, man, I'm just saying. It's possible.
Anything's possible.
Anything is possible. This is very true. We've seen somebody have an egg in WWE. Anything is possible.
I believe Kevin Garnett once said, anything is possible. Can't forget Kevin Garnett. 2008, Boston Celtics championship win, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Anything is possible.
I mean, we saw Kevin Federline in a wrestling ring, so anything's possible.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen MGK. in-
ass.
Listen,
you
John
saw
Cena
MGK get thrown off of the stage.
John.
Yeah, he got
John
powerbombed off the
buried-
stage by Kevin Owens, which was one of the, I will say that was MGK's first ever ticket to his downfall.
John Cena buried Cave Bed so bad even Brittany left him.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I love it. I love it.
I like it. But, all right. So what else happened on Monday Night Raw that was interesting?
Who
Let's see.
cares?
You got
We have Otis. We have Otis.
Oh,
No,
Otis.
Oh Lord,
Oh yeah, yeah,
Lord have mercy.
yeah.
Otis is awesome.
Of course.
It's so ridiculous.
It works though.
It works because he adjusts to whatever he's given and makes the best of it.
Of course he does. Yeah, I said he's the next R-Truth. He's the next Miz. He just picks it up and just runs with it. Whatever they give him.
The next freak show.
Take.
I miss Tucky. Whatever happened to him?
Probably died.
You got
Wow. Wow,
released.
Jesus Christ.
Just saying.
Heavy machinery. Dang, that used to be a thing.
Tucky died from every machine.
Last time we saw Tucker, we saw Tucker just clock Otis with the Money in the Bank briefcase, allowing Miz to win it off of Otis.
And
That's
that was
what
it.
happened.
Yep. Never saw him again.
Oh well.
He died a creative death. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, because you guys talked about FTR already, and this actually goes into Raw here, but you talked about FTR already. Now, Gable and Otis are splitting up, right?
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be in this tag team showcase or whatever.
Yeah.
What if they don't show for it and FTR does?
So
Oh shoot.
that's what we were saying earlier.
I know. I listened to the whole part of the conversation.
It just depends on like what the plan is for the tag team title match in AEW. It really depends. You know, so
Like if that plan is to happen next week, then there's a potential for it. But
yeah,
AEW can screw WWE and be like, yeah, we're not having this match till Revolution.
right. You mean Double or Nothing? You said
Double or
Revolution.
Nothing. Yeah.
Whoopsie.
I get confused with the pay-per-views because
I mean, I don't know how. There's only 4 of them.
I know, but they're 4 months apart. They're 3 months apart. It's like Revolution is which one? Which one is that's in November? Or is that in the one in September? September's not. September's all out, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And then November is Revolution, or is the Revolution the one that just passed?
Revolution is the one that just passed.
So Double or Nothing, and then what's
Double or
September?
Nothing.
November,
September is
sorry.
all out.
November.
November is full.
Full gear. Yeah.
Yeah, full gear.
Full gear. Right. Okay. So it all depends if they do it at Double or Nothing or not.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
We'll see.
I would like for them to do it this week, so then we have an idea of what can happen.
Right.
Because
The sooner the better.
Exactly. Sooner we get FTR on WWE screen and actually wrestling good matches again instead of being held off of TV. Would be better.
Right.
Yeah, Jamie. When we talked about.
Anything else to bring up about Monday Night Raw? I mean, we had the great match between Gable and Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Oh yeah, that was a great match. I just wanted to mention Rhea Ripley's promo. You know, not anything too noteworthy about that promo, except for the fact that I just like the fact that we finally get to see Rhea by herself. You know, she doesn't have Dominic, following all around. The spotlight was finally just on her and her, promoting this WrestleMania match. That was one thing that I really, really liked about it, because she shined even brighter than she normally does. So, having her by herself, like I said, to deal with something outside of Judgment Day, was a good look. So I definitely like that about Raw and about that Rhea Ripley promo. But other than that, I think that's about it.
All right. Well, anything else we want to touch on before we get out of here? I mean, do we want to talk about the Cody and Roman promo?
Oh yeah, I forgot all about that. Yeah.
I mean,
It was garbage.
Oh my God, here we go.
Shadow.
It was absolutely garbage.
His heel commentary has now reached the live stream.
No,
It's reached epic proportions.
Yes.
No, we weren't ready.
I'm just saying it was garbage.
I think you're probably the only one that thinks that. Then.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, I thought it was phenomenal. They went back and forth. Of course, you had Roman. He talked about how Cody, he ran away from the Stardust gimmick. He ran away from AEW. Of course, he didn't say AEW. Just said a promotion that you started and then ran away from it. But he implicated about AEW or whatever. I liked it. I like the promo. I liked how Cody Rhodes came back though. He came back at it and he's just like, okay, if somebody else mentions my father, like I'm going to be sick. Like I'm sick of hearing about it. It's not about my father. It's about me and you. It's about me stopping you. And he said, April 3rd, you're going to have to wake up and you're going to have to deal with what it feels like to deal with a loss. The Usos are going to leave you and Solo's going to leave you. And then, of course, kind of circling back to what we had mentioned about tonight on Smackdown, he had looked at Solo and said, Solo, I don't think you're ready. I don't think you're ready for that spot yet. Now we set up a match for Solo and Cody Rhodes next Monday on Raw, so that's going to be a good match. Great promo. I liked it, man. And like I said, once again, Cody Rhodes looks great right now. This is the best he's probably looked in this entire feud so far. So yeah, that's going to be a phenomenal match, though. I cannot wait. We have been talking about this. Oh my goodness, I don't know for how long. I mean, for months and months now, since Cody Rhodes got hurt with his pectoral injury and then came back, won the Rumble. So we've been talking. The IWC has been talking about this for a very long time. So to finally get to see it almost feels like a dream. So I can't wait to see it.
IWC is full of little bitch.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
I'm not okay. This isn't even heel. This is just fact.
I mean,
Okay.
he is not wrong.
I mean, I'm not
No.
disagreeing. So
Cody and Roman's promo was subpar at best. I felt like they didn't need to go the AEW route with the cheap pop. Oh, you ran away. You can't get over in this company. Like, oh, shut up. Nobody gives a shit about you anymore, Roman. Move on.
Shadow's drinking the same brew that Scarlett's drinking.
No.
apparently,
No. If I was doing that, I'd actually appreciate Rhea Ripley.
What type of juice?
Listen, I'll say this, and I'll say it again on Thursday, say it again on Friday, say it on Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, whatever day of the week you want me to say it on. WWE is stupid to let Roman lose at WrestleMania.
We don't know if he is.
we don't know.
I said they will be stupid to let him lose at WrestleMania.
WWE doesn't know what they're doing yet.
Well, sounds like a real Tony Khan move to me.
I'm not gonna go that far. I don't know about all that. But
I'm not speaking
I
on
don't
that.
know about
I'm
all
just
that.
afraid the IWC is going to come at you. Fuck them bitches.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Remember, you guys are on the air with me for 8 days straight this week.
No.
Lots of opinions coming.
All right.
Got a notebook and everything.
That being said, Phil, where can we find you?
Well, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, if the government is still going to allow us to keep it. Here on Twitch and
The US
on
government.
Clapper at Phil the future.
Shadow.
You can find me on TikTok, which the government's not eliminating from me.
Wow.
Damn it! Screw you! Screw you!
That guy Shadow.91 or Unapologetic Shadow. You can catch me on the orange and black brand too at that guy Shadow. And you can catch me on clapping them cheeks. I'm done.
God damn! You're childish.
Cam.
You can find me on TikTok at Cam's Wrestling Corner and my other TikTok page at Cam. Call me Cam G. I'm sorry, call me Cam G. And if that doesn't sizzle your bacon, you can find me on Instagram at 317 Bacon Eggs and Jam.
That
I am
doesn't sizzle your
Scows. You can
bacon.
find me on TikTok and Twitter at Scows24. You can also find Off the Top on TikTok and Twitter at Off the Top Media, and on YouTube and Twitch. Make sure you like and subscribe. We want to thank everyone for coming out. We'll catch you next week for Off the Top Mania Madness. First show will be on Monday night with Paying Dues with Jamie. We'll be doing a Raw review, and then we'll be going from there for 8 days straight. Can't wait. We'll see you guys soon. Have a great evening.
Alrighty.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Childish.